Have you ever promised yourself, I'll make time for that someday? Someday I'll travel. Someday I'll call my old friend. Someday I'll spend more time with my family. Someday I'll slow down. The strange thing about someday is that it never appears on a calendar. It quietly becomes next week, then next month, then next year, until one day we realize that years have passed while we were waiting for the right moment. In a small mountain town lived a retired school teacher named George. Every morning, without fail, he climbed a gentle hill just outside the town. He arrived before sunrise. He carried a folding chair, a thermos of coffee, and an old pocket watch that had belonged to his father. No matter the season, winter snow, spring rain, or summer heat, George never missed a sunrise. The people in town thought it was a strange habit. Some joked that he must be counting sunrises. Others assumed he simply had too much free time. One morning, a young business owner named Ryan happened to drive by. Curious, he stopped his truck and walked up the hill. "Mind if I join you?" he asked. George smiled. "There's always room for one more." For several minutes neither man spoke. The sky slowly changed from deep blue to soft orange to brilliant gold. Finally Ryan asked, "Why do you come here every single morning?" George looked at the horizon before answering. "When I was younger, I was always in a hurry. I rushed through breakfast. I rushed to work. I rushed home. And even when I was home, my mind was already thinking about tomorrow. I thought I was saving time, but I was actually losing it." Ryan looked puzzled. George opened the old pocket watch. "It stopped working years ago. I never repaired it." "Do you know why?" Ryan shook his head. "Because I don't need a broken watch to remind me that time doesn't stop. It keeps moving, whether we notice it or not." George smiled gently. "So now I come here every morning to notice." Those words stayed with Ryan. At first, he didn't think much about them. His business was growing. His schedule was full. His phone never stopped ringing. He told himself he'd rest after the next project, then after the next promotion, then after one more busy season. Months later, Ryan received a phone call. His childhood baseball coach had passed away unexpectedly. At the memorial service, people didn't talk about trophies. They didn't talk about winning seasons. They remembered how Coach Miller stayed after practice to help the kid who struggled, how he remembered birthdays, how he made every player believe they mattered. Driving home that evening, Ryan realized something. The moments people remembered most weren't the busiest ones. They were the moments when someone made time for another person. The next morning, for the first time in years, Ryan woke up early. He climbed the same hill. George was already there, holding 2 cups of coffee. "I had a feeling you'd come," he said with a smile. Over the following months, Ryan didn't quit his job. He didn't sell his business. Instead, he changed the way he lived. He ate dinner without checking his phone. He visited his parents more often. He took his daughter fishing on Saturday mornings. He called old friends simply to ask how they were doing. His calendar remained busy, but his life felt fuller. Years later, after George passed away peacefully, the town decided to place a simple wooden bench on top of the hill. Attached to the bench was a small brass plaque. It read, "The sunrise was never the lesson. The lesson was remembering to look up." People began visiting the hill. Some came after difficult days. Some came to celebrate new beginnings. Others simply came to sit in silence. And little by little, the hill became more than a place to watch the sunrise. It became a place where people remembered what mattered. The story isn't really about a sunrise. It's about attention. We often believe that life is made of extraordinary moments. But more often, it's made of ordinary mornings, ordinary conversations, ordinary walks, ordinary meals shared with people we love. Those ordinary moments quietly become the memories we treasure most. Success is valuable. Working hard is honorable. Planning for the future is wise. But none of those things should cost us the present. Because today isn't a rehearsal. It isn't a practice round. It's part of the life we're already living. Perhaps happiness isn't found by adding more to our schedule. Perhaps it's found by noticing what's already in front of us. A child's laugh, a conversation with a friend, a quiet evening, a sunrise we've seen 100 times, but never truly watched. Time is one gift we all receive equally. Once it's spent, it can never be earned back. So spend it wisely, not only on building a successful life, but on building a meaningful one. Thank you for sharing these few minutes with me. If this story spoke to your heart, I'd love to hear from you. If you could slow down for one moment this week, what would you choose to enjoy? Share your answer in the comments below. Your story may encourage someone else to appreciate the little moments they've been overlooking. If you enjoy timeless stories about character, purpose, and the simple lessons that shape a meaningful life, don't forget to subscribe for more each week. Until next time, look up a little more often, make time for the people who matter, and remember, a meaningful life isn't measured only by how much you accomplish, but by how deeply you experience the moments you've been given.